Hey, yo, it's me, Pops Van Marmalade, and you're watching the Comics-Related Madness Network. So come get some. CromCon. CromCon.
I'm gonna get a cappuccino soon. I'm gonna strangle somebody.
You know, this is, excuse me, A damn fine cup of coffee.
Damn good coffee. And hot.
Listen to me very carefully, because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee. Black.
This town needs an enema.
The doctor is in, babies, and I'm freezing. It is cold as fish testicles back here in my studio. I'm just saying. Holy cow. Let me see who in the world is in the chat. Shadowhawk is here. Good morning, Shadowhawk, my friend. Fanta, my lovely. Good to see you. As always, Brianna, you wonderful, beautiful soul, you. Devil Flyer, you handsome rogue. It is great to see you guys this morning. We got some folks in the back hanging out here. I'm joined as always by my lovely and tender-hearted co-host. I just got to find his intro because the list is long. Where is it, my precious? Where is it? Where's it? I can't bring him out without it. There it is.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Shumway, nice to meet you. Interested in a new Buick?
Nonsense. I've not yet begun to defile myself.
I'll make you famous.
I'll make you famous.
Good
Hey,
morning, my friend. It is good to see you.
Hell yeah.
It's
good to be here.
Tanner is a just ray of sunshine. He brings warmth to the stream. It's good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. So remind me now, your son is joining the Marine Corps.
Negative.
I was wrong. Correct me, because I came out here spewing that shit last week. I was like, "Yeah, his son's joining the Marine Corps, I think."
No, he's going Army. He's going to be an Army diver. He's one of 135 Army divers worldwide, working with the likes of the Navy and doing really cool missions. I mean,
oh, Tanner is pretty.
Thank you. I'm blushing.
There we go. There it is, right there for you. Just saying.
When I used to look that good.
Yep. I get it. There's a lot going on backstage right now. Y'all bear with me. So. First of all, I want to welcome a new sponsor, Dust Bunny, the Dust Bunny Mafia. Welcome to the network. We are now fully funded for a whole year of work. And Pops wants to know, is he doing underwater demo for the Army?
Yes, actually he is.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, the Army divers do the UDT training at, is it Little Creek? When they
is that in Florida?
No. Are they doing it somewhere different?
He's for phase 2. He goes to Florida.
Now, is that to Pepsi Cola or Eggland or okay, Pepsi?
Yep.
Look, Pepsi had a reputation when I was in. I never went there, but that was the party command on the East Coast.
Oh yeah, that's last I knew. That's what it was. Still, so unless he tells me different, he's going to be my eyes and ears for. Modern Army.
So when was he shipping to boot camp?
He's actually right after he graduates. So he's got about 4 months.
Well, I had my story was just completely wrong. Completely. I must have been talking to somebody else. I want to bring out another guest right now, Tanner, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, of course.
We're going to bring out our friend, the creator and writer of Worthy Chaos, our friend Carissa Grant.
Hi.
Good morning, Carissa.
Hello.
Good morning.
I love how Doc just summons me with a link and doesn't say anything, and here I am.
Yes. Rub the lamp. Poof. There she is.
Yes, I like it. I like
having a posse that just shows up. The fire bell rings and they show up.
Yeah, it helps not to have a life. It's very useful. Hi, Brianna. Hello, Brianna.
It's good to see everybody in the chat this morning. I love it when the chat is lively.
It's full, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Shadowhawk.
Well, Shadow's not wrong.
Oh.
Hey, Doc is a dapper man, damn it.
Isn't he? I think very, very nice.
Oh,
and it's freezing here too, by the way. It was 21 degrees overnight, and now it's like 30. And I don't know what the hell it is in the basement, but outside it's 30. So.
Oh, yeah. So, in here just a minute, we're going to bring the man behind the curtain out and let him talk about the announcements and whatever. But I wanted to spend a moment or two with the chat and the panel before we bring out the old man of the command here. But we're going to bring him on out here. Let me see.
I'm looking for a man who
You have found one.
Won't you get in trouble if the boss shows up?
Oh, no, it's the boss here? Hey, wait, I'm the boss.
Stick him up, please. Smoke, if you wish.
Come on!
Damn, that hurts, doesn't it?
You know what's up. God damn, that hurts, doesn't it?
Good morning, Pops. First of all, before you say anything, Pops, I know to let the whole trailer play, but I was shivering so hard that my body just convulsed on the next trailer. I'm like, well, fuck, I can't unring a bell now.
This is StreamYard, man. You click it and you take your hand off the mouse until it's time to click it again. It's gonna do it on its own, man. How many times have you seen somebody start a video and then it stop and you have to restart it again? And you didn't touch anything, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
your hand was too close to the mouse.
It does it all the time, actually. It'll do it if you're not touching a thing. But yeah, go ahead, Pops. You got some news for the good folks watching on the network out there.
Holy crap. Things like pop off. We're having fun. You guys know what's up. You hear me say it all the time. But if you didn't notice, there's a new sponsor across the top of that banner. Dust Bunny Mafia, Brett Giuliani, bringing a little sponsorship and helping us pay for the full year of StreamYards. Now we have a full year to get the funding for the Roku channel without worrying about paying for StreamYard every month. We start in a fresh slate and we get to go forward, and Roku is the goal, yo.
Right on, right on.
I'd show you on my face, but I've been sick as hell the last couple of days, and this is what you get. Sorry.
And Brett, by the way, is good people. We had him out, I don't know, late last year.
Yeah.
The Dust Bunny Mafia, and he's just his content is freaking hysterical. I love it.
He's great. His book is great. I want to get him and Wayne on a show together.
Yeah.
Comedy mafia versus, fiction mafia versus non-fiction mafia. You know?
It is what it is. I'm looking for the Worthy Chaos trailer, but I'm not seeing it.
It's in there. It's under Anubis, I think. She gave me a new one with the Anubis animation. It's right below your coffee shop.
Oh, there it is. I see it. There it is. Okay. I'm sorry, Chris. I was looking desperately for it before I brought you out, but
that's okay.
I was looking.
Got a new one in there too. I don't know if you've seen it, but ASAP ad. That's Paul's new one too.
Yep. I got to play both of those at commercial time. So anyway, you gonna hang out, Pops? Or you going out?
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out for a minute because there's still other shit. We're bringing new shows. Look, Carissa.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. Tell us.
Carissa popped out on a Dead Guy stream last night.
He's awesome.
And she had a great show over there. And I was watching and I was like, man, we need to bring Duke to the network.
Yeah.
So I told him, Duke, I want you to bring this show to the network. And he would, I think we might have brought another show to the network.
Yeah. He's honored that you asked. He was very surprised.
Dude, Margene and Sim got together last night to talk about the new action movie show that they're going to be doing together. You guys remember Margene? I shouldn't have to say who that is.
Classic action movie
stars.
Listen, Margene, if you're watching, just know I am spoken for. I'm in a committed relationship.
This guy's getting as bad as Doc.
But it just could have been. It could have been.
She's amazing. I'm gonna be talking to her at 6:00 today about a few other things. I'm gonna try and help her get into a couple of the local cons and stuff because she was talking about being interested in doing that in the upcoming year. So gonna try to get her into Grand Rapids, try to get her into Hall of Heroes so that I get to go meet her and hang out with her. That'd be sweet. Yo.
Hey, Pops, do me a solid and send Max the link, would you?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Max always welcome to come hang out on the show. He has a certain. Listen, he's the pepper to my salt. I'm just saying.
Max is our dude. Max is our resident genius, guys.
Yeah.
He is not active on Facebook though, so I don't know if he's awake yet.
He's awake. He just commented in chat.
Oh well, shit. There's no green light on his YouTube. What's up? What's up? That could be Johnny. I don't know.
No, that's Max. I know that writing anywhere.
There's
welcome.
Welcome,
Max.
Hi, Max. Hello, Max.
Yep, there he is, Mr. Excitement himself.
I had to mute the stream. I was getting feedback in my ear.
Good. Well, good morning to you, Max.
Yeah, what's going on?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. So I have announcements of my own. All of the pages are out the door for Pariah. Volume 1, which is Pariah Blood and Mud. Volume 2 will be Sanctum of Hate. So Volume 1 is out of my hands. I've got about 12 pages off to my old inker from back in the day, Mr. Jeff Priester, who I'm going to introduce to you guys at some point. He works almost nonstop, so it's hard to get him on a stream. And may very well give Tanner a run for his money on the handsome factor. So I don't know if I can have that much good looking on my stream. It makes me look worse. Makes me look worse. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, and then the other pages are up with Anthony, my publisher. So I am doing a 10 pages, Grave Tales 2 for Rex. That's in the works right now. And looking forward to that. And then if this other party contacts me, I'll be doing another set of pages, probably 15 pages for another person. But until, we sign on the dotted line, I'm not gonna broadcast that out there. But, people are going, this is the insulting and flattering part. People go, damn, Doc, I didn't know you was that good.
That's passive aggressive.
That's horrible.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to take that. It's
Well, damn, Doc, you don't suck.
Exactly. See you, Shadowhawk. Take care, buddy.
Later, brother.
Yeah, you don't suck nearly as bad as I thought you did. Would you draw my book? Well, just golly gee, mister. I would be honored, and that would be swell. No, I'm not doing your fucking book. You thought I sucked.
I do have to hire you eventually to do a variant cover for me.
Okay. All right. I'd be glad to.
We definitely need you to do a variant cover.
Yeah. I said it first.
I'm his co-host.
That's right.
I'm just waiting for that exclusive madness cover, Doc.
It is. Listen, the window that's right here behind my computer monitor, east-facing window. You would think in the morning, sun, it would warm up. No. It is radiating waves of cold onto me. It was 27 degrees this morning when I got up.
Cut it out.
Listen, I don't want to hear anything out of you northern. Yes, not cold. It's negative 5,000 degrees here.
I'm cold in my room right now.
Nobody cares about how cold it is up north. This is the South.
I moved 1,000 miles south for warmth, not for this 30-degree crap.
Thank you, Marissa.
You went the wrong way, though. You should have went west. I'll bet everybody in Phoenix is plenty warm.
Oh, here it comes.
Plenty fucking warm.
I'm dead center of the country. It's 45 degrees here today.
Yeah,
the farther west you go, the better off you are, bro. You going south don't mean nothing unless you go south and west.
No, well, that's not true. If I go to the Caribbean, I'll be just fine. Thank you very much.
That's way south, though.
True.
Yeah, you're darn right. That's way south. And listen, once Pariah makes me rich,
buy your own island.
I'll be living on St. Thomas. I'm just saying. I will be streaming from the beach. Good morning and welcome to Doc's Pina Colada shop. We're going to talk about a few things this morning. First of all, you guys, pardon me while I barf up a lung.
Doc be like, "Hi, everybody. It's a balmy 81 degrees in Doc's beach house."
You don't actually have to do drugs, ladies and gentlemen. If you cough so hard you get lightheaded and get a buzz from it, you don't need drugs. You just cough.
No, dude, I was coughing last night and my head was throbbing. Every cough, boom, boom. I was like,
bro, I saw stars. So
I decided not to smoke weed last night because that hurt.
Oh my God, Pops without weed is like me without coffee.
Pretty much.
There has been an onslaught of ICBBs, intercontinental ballistic balloons. Have you guys been seeing this?
the Chinese spy balloon.
Yeah,
yep,
man, why don't you have one of your boys just take them things out on the way in?
Well, now here's the Doc hot take on this. Okay, first of all, they said we're not going to shoot it down because the debris might cause injury. Now, hold on just a moment, please, and let's think about this. That's a balloon that's lighter than air carrying something. That means the something it's carrying ain't all that fucking heavy. So that debris ain't going to hurt nobody.
I'm surprised some redneck hasn't shot it down by now.
Well, I mean, it's up there. It's up at 60,000 feet.
For them to shoot it down in our neighborhood.
But then
I'll clean it up. I'm just saying.
Carrie Lake out in Arizona posted a picture of herself with a shotgun and said, "I hear y'all having trouble with the balloon. I got this."
Yeah. There's a cure for this, man. Look. There's a whole lot more open space to land it on than there are problem areas to land it. Well, pick a spot and shoot it down, for Christ's sake.
This is the thing, okay? The absolute absurd brilliance of Wile E. Coyoteing your way across the USA with a balloon. Think about it for a moment, okay? A Sidewinder heat-seeking missile won't lock onto it, and a radar-seeking missile won't lock onto it because it's moving too slow. They track on movement.
But us rednecks with a gun will just shoot it down. We don't need all these missiles.
It's at 60,000 feet, so you're not going to hit it from down here.
No.
But I did.
Sniper rifle with the balloon.
I did, however, comment in the Newsmax article or whatever the hell it was while I was reading. The last time I checked, the A-10 Thunderbolt can get up there. The Warthog can shoot it down.
And they all
you mean the one that they wanted guns, to decommission?
Right? With machine guns.
Yeah, they all got guns. They don't need missiles to shoot this thing down.
Right.
I love that
bullets in it.
Plane. I mean, they built the gun and then said, "What do we do with it? Let's build a plane around it."
Yes, let's put wings on it. Put wings on a gun, and we'll call it the Warthog. I love it too. And by the way, before the first Gulf War, when they were talking about decommissioning and getting rid of the A-10, which thank God they didn't, the Navy said, "Oh no, don't get rid of those. Give them to us. Those things are natural ship killers.
Yep.
They'll peel through any ship on Earth like Swiss cheese." So anyway,
from way over there too.
Yeah,
way over there. They don't have to get close.
The talks about getting rid of it, fortunately, got tangled up in that mess, so that when the first Gulf War rolled out, the A-10 was available. But going back to balloons, I have this vision in my head, okay, and I'm going to illustrate this of Winnie the Pooh, Shishi, blowing up a balloon and going, "This'll get them."
Hey, I've seen rednecks here. Have you ever watched the video of the guy that tied the helium balloons to his lawn chair?
Yes, yes.
He went too high or so. I think one of them died. He went too high and he couldn't get back down.
Well, the most famous lawn chair guy, he lived, and he got fined for it, but he also ended up going on Letterman and whatever. But I do have it on good authority from some of my contacts still on active duty that they did try to deploy him to catch this Chinese balloon, but he was not available for comment.
When they said there was a Chinese balloon, the only thing I could think of was
a big dragon.
Winnie the Pooh floating along with the balloon attached to it. Oh, bother.
Yes.
Okay, so here's my
problem. Wait. Remember, it was, I'm just a little black rain cloud hovering under your honey tree.
This is my problem. If you want to scream weakness to the whole world,
yes,
don't shoot it down. Be a dumbass.
Agreed, 100%. Good morning, Wayne. Good to see you, buddy.
What's up, random dude?
I mean, we've got.
I don't know if Max is still or Rex is still watching or not, but Rex, I sent you a message in your Facebook DM.
We've got surface to air stuff that could take that down without it being a missile. We got surface to air guns.
Guns will take it down.
Guns,
but at 60,000 feet, guys, think about it for a second. 60,000 feet is not something
No, you're not gonna get a 30.
You're not gonna hit that with 20. You're not gonna hit that with 20 mils, unless you're up there with your 20 mils. So that's when you call in anything that flies that has guns.
Yeah.
But because it's slow, you want to use the Warthog because the Warthog can just loiter for a second. But I would like to see them capture it. So my plan was this.
Well, if they shoot it down on our land, we do.
If they're going to Wile E. Coyote and send a balloon over the United States, then we should Wile E. Coyote right back and just drop a net on it with some weights. And we just pull it down and, just go ahead and volunteer the SEALs because they're insane. They'll do anything. They jump out with a net. And they affix to it, and then they pull.
Yeah, just do a halo drop. Look, they could just dive right on top of it,
and they bring it on, and they bring it on down to the ground, and then we hold it up on the news media with a gun to its head and say we captured this spy. Nobody remembers Gary Powers from the
Vietnam War. Remember Gary Powers?
Yes.
I saw a meme on that.
But they don't capture spies anymore. Ask Swalwell. See, they don't capture spies anymore. They sleep with them.
Yeah.
They bang them and send them home. With all the nuclear secrets.
What were you saying, Max?
I saw this meme that's got the balloon, and on the bottom of the balloon is printed, "We're trying to contact you about your car's extended warranty."
That's good.
It's accurate.
And I'm going to admit, I dropped the ball because this breaking story, I should say developing story that was going on, I didn't download a shit ton of memes about it, you guys, and I should have. And Tanner sent his memes, but I've been what's the word? Lazy and did not go get them. But we are nevertheless going to do a little thing we like to call. Yes, indeedy. So here we go. I'm just going to open this one up because you got to start with a coffee meme on the coffee shop always. Let's get rid of the banner. Coffee for when brain no have wake up good for think to do.
I love that.
Great mug.
Yeah, that I need that mug in my life. I'm just saying. But excuse me. The thing right here is that even trumps the one I had that was it was a cat. It went out Garfield, but it was a cat holding a coffee cup, and it said, "I cannot brain today. I has the dumb. I has the dumb."
That's me every morning.
To anger a conservative, you lie to him. To anger a liberal, you tell him the truth. There's just never. I mean, there's rarely been a truer statement.
Teddy Roosevelt's my favorite president because anybody that can take a bullet to the chest, give a speech,
and keep talking. Yeah.
Did you guys see after Reagan had been shot and recovered? He was doing a speech and a car backfired. He didn't even flinch. Everybody on the stage flinched, and he didn't miss a beat. He goes, "Missed me."
That's awesome.
I was like, "That's a balls of steel president right there."
Yep.
All right, Posh, stop the banner for a minute.
What?
Stop the banner for a moment. This next one has a caption.
You can click the button too, dude.
Oh, you're not producing the show. Okay.
I wasn't even in it. I'm in a different screen entirely.
I wish Bezos had never bought the rights to Lord of the Rings. I wish none of this had happened. So do all who live to see such trash. But that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is how to meme the content that is given to us.
That's clever.
Yes, we must meme the shit out of it. And then we have the only secure document in DC is obviously Epstein's client list.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think Max is sharing one with us, aren't you?
Yep, it's parked next to. Then I got this one too.
Weather balloon, touring offers. Oh, good one, Max. Good one. Touring offers spying. That's racist.
Yeah.
Horrible human being. This has been another exciting episode of Meme Review. So, in other breaking news, this is local and it's personal. You guys know by now we were hit by the tornado here. And the cleanup began immediately, like the next day. And we were instructed by the city to stack the debris up by the curb, the trees and limbs and that kind of stuff in one pile, and then like whatever else in the other pile. It didn't matter if it was roof tiles, what's left of my shed, whatever, all that over. So
lithium batteries.
We did that. We did exactly as instructed. And then a few days later, let me embiggenate myself here. I got a courtesy notice, a warning about curbside material to clean it up or they're going to write me a ticket. Now, let that hang in the air for a moment.
Government at work right there.
The city wrote me a warning for doing exactly what the city told me to do. Thus began a week-long game of phone tag because, like any other government official, the city officials in that office would never answer the phone. And I left messages and I was getting a little bit hot about it. Now, I'm not sure if you people have ever seen me angry, but, this is me fully angry right now, so it's not much different. So I called the city manager's office, which is a lot like our mayor, except it's a paid, unelected official. And I said what I said to you guys. I told her the story. I'll look into it. I said, what's there to look into?
Yeah.
There's nothing really here to look into. I even posted the image capture from what they said do on their website, which was exactly what we did. So anyway, finally yesterday, I don't know who Chad is, but it was the Chad, ironically. I spoke to Chad at the city, and he goes, Mr. Blalock, we're terribly sorry about that. We will speak to code enforcement. You have nothing to worry about. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. Now, given that, I have never, not even once, come close to winning an argument with the government. I didn't really know what to do at that point. I was prepared to rage on and start a social media campaign against this. I was like, I'm actually a little disappointed right now. I kind of wanted to become
You're
famous
so
for this.
fired up.
Yeah, I was
what
ready
you're
to.
telling me is that dude had a total Chad move and put it into your meme war.
Yes, he chatted up. The Chad chatted on me. So I won one, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm saying to you.
Woohoo!
But I was almost disappointed because I wanted the fight.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah. I kind of. Yeah, I would be fired up too.
Yeah.
I never win any. I won against my printer yesterday, but I had proof. I had a fight with my printer because they owed me. They actually owe me more. They owe me like $800, but they owe me $781 because of their mistake. And they were telling me they didn't. I was like, I have credit card statements and everything. So I don't know, but they finally gave me the store credit. So
So a partial victory.
Your partial victory. But yeah. Well, I'll order from them again, but they keep screwing on my order. They literally printed 1,250 copies without my permission or the right files or gave me a hard copy. So now they have to throw those. They're like, you want them for half price? I'm like, no, because 2 of the pages are wrong. Can you just fit 2 pages in there? No. Well, then I don't. What am I gonna do with them?
Who did this, by the way? Sorry, I got bothered by the kid.
This is Comics Wells Springs.
Oh, Wellspring.
Wellspring.
And
yeah.
I like them, but we got in a fight because I should know better. They made me call them, and I stupidly did. And whatever she told me, I have no proof of it. I'm like, do you record your calls? Because I guarantee you it would be on there. No, they don't. So she told me, like, for one thing, I don't know why this happened, but my first, you know how I redid issue 1. So they took 2 months to do issue 1. So by then I had decided I wanted to redo it. So I said, did you start printing yet? And they said, no. I said, is there a way cancel it or change the file or something? And they said, well, I can knock it down to 25. And I go, fine, that's fine. He goes, I'll give you the store credit for the rest. So he never gave me the store credit for it. He only sent me 25 and he never changed the invoice. So I didn't realize that. So I went and I made another order. I ordered 200 of the issue 2 that I had.
Right.
So and this is like weeks after, and for whatever reason, they, without telling me, they knocked that 200 to 25 after I already paid without refunding me. And when I went to go see how many I ordered, I'm not all mentally up there all the time. So I was like, why would I order 25 of issue 2? I mean, I have like 10 cons to do. So I thought I was just messed in the head. So I went
That's right. Comics Wellspring. That's 2.
I was going to say, Pops knows how I feel about Comics Wellspring.
I do not like getting loud.
Let her finish. Let her finish. Let her finish.
So I went and ordered 500 because it was a price break. So I was like, all right, now I have 500. So I ordered 500 of 2 and 500 of 3. And I said I must have a hard copy because I never ordered these before. So instead, they printed them. I get a notice that said they're being shipped. And I was like, wait a minute. I never got a hard copy. And I know there's already a change. I just didn't change it because there might be more changes. So there is a change for both. So now they have to reprint all of those. And apparently, even though they changed it from 200 to 2,500, they printed 200. And I never approved that file either. So, yeah. So, and also they sent me twice cards that have foil that you could scratch off just by touching them. So, yeah.
Oh, no.
So on the phone, she said, we'll just refund you for the cards. Because I said, I already sent them out and now I have to get them redone, but I don't want the foil anymore. And she says, we'll just refund you for that. And then she said, what do you need now? And I said, well, I don't know why you skipped one of my orders, but I need the variant cover hard copy because I don't know that file. It's a different file. It's a different artist. I don't know how it's going to look. And she says, okay, we will send you the hard copy of that, but let me email it to you so you can just make sure it's the right file and you can make sure that everything's placed right. And then I'll mail you one. Okay. So she sent me the proof through the email and I said, yeah, that looks good. So they took that as an approval to print the 200 that should have been 25 and printed them, but it's the wrong file. I was just saying that that's the right file to send me. So now they were yelling at me like, well, you approved the copy. And I was like, no, she's supposed to mail me the copy.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah. So she's like, well, I don't see that here. We took it as an approval. I was like, well, I can't tell you who I talked to, but I talked to one chick and that's what happened. And this is like the next day. This isn't like years later.
Right.
And the Brian guy called me and said, he
Brian,
said,
yeah.
He said, we'll print out and I'm going to mail this right now and we're going to get those 25 done. I said, fine. So then I get a call 5 minutes later and I thought they didn't talk to each other because it's some girl. And she says, we don't understand why you need this hard copy. I was like, did you talk to Brian? She's like, yeah, he told me to call. I was like, well, what a wuss. Because for one, he should call me. And two, I just had a 10-minute conversation with this guy. I don't understand what the complication is. He goes, well, he found the email that said you approve it. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? So they're mailing it, but they've technically now printed 1,250 copies that I can't use. And I still don't know why they changed 200 copies to 25. So she's like, I don't see why would we have where the refund is there. I was like, here's my credit card statement. On that day, I paid $733 for this, and you bumped it down to 25. So on your own. So you owe me that difference. And then you owe me for the other one because apparently you didn't give me any store credit for it. And I technically still lose $160 because the order was like, I don't know, $3,000, and I had like a coupon for like 5% or something. It wound up being like over $100 or something, but they counted that as store credit. So I actually don't get that back. So, and I said that was store credit. Like, well, it comes up. I was like, that's a coupon. They're like, it comes up as store credit. I was like,
Okay, Doc, I'm jumping in and saying my fucking piece.
All right, hold on a second. It sounds to me, Carissa, like it's time to find a new printer.
Yes, but they told me
to
delete the last order, and I said yes, please delete the order. And after I said that, we must have rethought it and said, well, we'll just wait for your new file. And I was like, all right, whatever. I'm waiting for the hard copy to do this order, and then so now I'm waiting for 1,050 to be done right. So yeah, well, I think it's time to find somebody.
I don't like people that lie to my face. I don't like people that lie to my friends. Tanner, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I don't like people that lie. Okay. Comics Wellspring, you need to fix your customer service. I won't be promoting you, man. I won't be talking about you, and I won't be highlighting your logo on people's campaigns.
And see, that's not the first time I've heard this. You know, there's more than one creator, and I think Tanner's one.
Hold up, Doc. They're the ones that told us a price.
Yeah, I know.
And
I
lied
remember.
to us.
And and then when I talked to them, yeah.
See, the very first order they sent me was wrong, but I let it go because they immediately fixed it. I ordered 10 posters of foil and 10 posters of holochrome. I think that's how you say it. And when I got them, they looked identical, but one was scratchable. So I don't know. I didn't order anything. So I sent them the picture and I said, which one? And I didn't know. I said, which one is foil and which one is holochrome? Because I don't want to order that one again because it scratches. He's like, oh, it's not supposed to scratch. And I was like, okay.
Oh,
well,
you
then
don't
No shit. No shit.
So he sent, he ordered, I sent, they said, well, pick it up. So I put it in the box. It sat out in the rain for 10 days or 3 days.
Jesus.
They finally picked it up. And then I showed him the other picture and I said, so what's the difference between foil and holochrome? Because they look exactly like. He goes, oh, that's holochrome. And I was like, so they never sent me the foil. They just sent me 2 holochromes and 1 scratched. So they had to resend both of them. And then I was like, oh, they fixed it, whatever. And now they just screw up everything else. And then I got cards that scratch too. So
man, you guys have all these problems. I have never once had a single problem with Comics Wellspring.
Wow. Maybe you need to tell them to start treating our friends better then, Max, because they seem to treat you okay.
Yeah, they blame me because I have 2 open orders at the same time. I was like, I didn't know you couldn't handle 2 orders.
Yeah.
Max, how many orders of yours do they handle at the same time?
Usually 2 or 3.
Now Tanner,
like people that lie.
Tanner, who are you using instead of Wellspring?
I use Hero and Villain Designs.
Okay.
That's,
out of Arizona.
Out of Arizona, right? Yeah. That's our friends.
Yeah.
That's our friends. We like it.
What's the one in Florida that's pretty good? That
I know who you're talking about.
I wanted Print Ninja, but they take too long.
Yeah, that takes forever.
Yeah. It's like 9 weeks, at least 9 weeks is what they said.
Brianna has now officially labeled the Brian guy.
The Brian guy.
That Brian guy. It's Brian on the phone. Ah, shit.
I was going to use it as kindling to start my next bonfire. There it is. Yeah.
That has me leery because I think my quote for my book is from Wellspring. So I don't know, man.
Well, I love the website. I mean, it's easy to use. I mean,
that's okay if they can't understand how to read the order, then it ain't easy to use. You might be customer friendly, but
I don't know. I got to stop you there because yesterday I was trying to get some information, and I wanted to compare it with Comics Wellspring. So I went to their site, and almost every page gave me an error, and the picture wouldn't come up. So I was like, oh wow, they're.
I never had that.
That's squared away.
I don't know. All I know is I don't like the way it comes back to blame. Like they're blaming me. The way they say it because I didn't yell at anybody. I just wanted it fixed. But I said
blame you for it too?
Of course. Yeah.
The second it said your order has been shipped, I freaked out because it's 1,000 copies that I don't have a hard copy for. I called them immediately and said I didn't get my hard copy. She goes, well, they felt so bad about your last one taking 2 months, so they I guess they rushed to get it done for you and they missed it. I was like, well, help you with this.
I didn't ask for rush service.
Yeah.
I mean, why does this seem to me like a first date with a bumbling idiot? You know,
Exactly.
I'm sorry I spilled wine in your lap. Here, let me put some spaghetti on your head.
That's how I felt when we were talking to him in person, Doc, because we're standing there and we're like,
I'll put a little spaghetti on your head to make up for it.
Oh, I think
that's how I felt when we were talking to dude in person, because we're talking to him about how much for this many copies, and he was like, our database doesn't go out that far. He says, you're going to get the best deal anybody's ever got from us.
Yeah.
Then he sends us a quote that not only isn't in the ballpark with everybody else, it ain't on the land the ballpark was built on.
Well, you might have been the better deal that you've ever gotten from Comics Wellspring, but you got to realize that they're digital print on demand. They're not doing offset printing.
Yeah.
So you go find an offset printer and tell them you want 30,000 copies. They're going to say, "Hey, I can get you that for $0.25 a piece."
Yeah. See, but that's how they sold themselves to us live in person, Max.
Right.
We will be able to do you the best deal we've ever done anybody.
yeah, that they've ever done anybody.
Okay, now
they've ever done
it
anybody.
is that time of the show, Tanner, if you're ready, for us to do a little thing we like to call great moments in comics.
I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. Yes, I'm doing Marvel Premiere issue 50, first appearance of Alice Cooper in comics.
Nice.
Beautiful book.
Beautiful. Okay, this amazing comic drawn by the unsung hero of comics, Tom Sutton. Okay, it's about Alice Cooper, this 1979 classic. It's ripped straight from the albums, inspired. Alice goes to the insane asylum where he is poked and prodded and an electroshock therapy to become a normal working person of society by the doctor and Nurse Rosetta. Rose, yes. Now, I don't want to give it away. I was like, but there is a catalyst in here. That,
come on, spoiler alert. Come on.
Spoiler alert. Well, No. I want people to go out and buy this. I'm telling you. Well, go out there and we got to mitigate the great moments in comics history effect. I'm sorry. There's no effect. Hey, it's called eBay. It's called the Hip Comic. Go on there. $15-20. You can get this classic freaking Marvel comic featuring Alice Cooper and find out about his exploits and how he becomes the Alice Cooper of the MCU.
Nice. and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it first here. Alice Cooper is in canon an MCU character.
Is it canon? Yes, it is.
It is canon. All right. Thank you, Tanner, as always.
So in case people are interested, the raw copy of that will cost you about $49 with shipping. That's very fine and near mint. And if you want it slabbed, it's $200.
So
okay, yeah, I'm just talking about a copy like this. I mean, I
bought
that's
this raw copy.
That is the Tanner Hurley effect, though. Just as soon as he mentioned it on my show, prices skyrocketed. Look at that effect.
It's insane.
Only here on the podcast that won't rust, bust, like dust, keep, stink, turn pink around on the seams of the rainy season for 90 days, or your money gladly refunded. Woo! If we ain't got it, we'll get it. When we get it, we'll fuck it, ram it, jam it, damn it, pack it up, and take it out to your car. No tipping, please. Yeah, man. That's the only skill I have. So I'm going to let that hang in the universe for a minute. All right. It is about time for us to refresh our cups of coffee because this is Doc's Coffee Shop. Pops, play a few commercials for us so we can go warm up our coffee. And we'll be right back after these messages.
Whip it good.
What do we got? This one. We need to get you some more powerful music, man. It's like
I like on Carissa's ad how it says,
yeah, just like
she will do anything.
Nap, dude. Oh, do I have to play another one? Where's Doc?
And we're back.
Man, somebody get Avatar.
I like on Chris's or her campaign. If you just read the text, it says she'll do anything, including back the Kickstarter today.
So what's up, Doc?
Oh, I was just reading the chat. I have almost successfully transitioned out of the. Listen, my wife was in there polishing the dining room table because I am no longer spread out all over it with my art.
She's happy.
I have moved into my studio. I have made it drawing friendly instead of just painting friendly, which means now I actually have to clean this place up. And
Me too.
I don't want to.
I haven't used this room in the 7 years we've been here. I just cram it full of stuff. And then when I met Pops and he's like, you got, I go on camera. I was like, I need a place to like talk. And that had 5 pets bother me the whole time. So I had to clear out walking space, and I guess I need to organize it. So.
Yep, that's what I'm doing today. Now, in fairness, my studio's clean. There's just art supplies everywhere, except for see, I have never stopped my bachelor habit of living out of the dryer for your laundry. Now, the guys, any bachelor knows, you wash your laundry, you throw it in the dryer, it gets dry, you put on something out of the dryer, and the next day you turn the dryer on to de-wrinkle and you pick something else. And the dirty stuff goes right back in the washing machine.
Mm-hmm.
Cuts out the middleman, right?
That's right.
Nothing wrong with this system. I used to think I was the only one. I'm not. I'm not alone in the universe. Now,
that is definitely better than I used to throw it in the basket, and I never fold them. My husband actually has to fold them. I don't fold them.
Well, now hold on, Carissa. Hold on.
Your way's better. So
that was my way.
Oh.
But now the way you do it, Carissa brings in my laundry. I brought you your laundry. I'm like, I didn't want you to do that. I wanted it to stay in the dryer so I could just turn the dryer on and wear warm, unwrinkled clothes. So they sat over here and they stayed there.
Yep.
But then my dog, who is my publisher and editor, comes in and has laid on them.
Yep.
So now they're dirty clothes on top and clean under. But that means you got to wash the whole thing. So it's a vicious cycle, is what I'm saying.
You were just ahead of your time. Your way is way better.
I like my way better. And I learned, look, the wife, she's got to do her laundry for work. So I let her do hers first. And then the rest of the week, I can just live out of it. No, I brought you your clothes. Oh, no.
You got to roll them T-shirts no bigger than $1.
That's right. That's right. It always amazed me, by the way. I don't know about Army, all right, but in the Navy, you could literally stow your entire sea bag, all of your issue, into a locker the size of a television. And that includes your dress blues, your dress whites, your 3 working blues, 3 working whites, 4 sets of dungarees, your PT gear, socks, t-shirts, underwear, and towels into an area about this big. Because you talk about mastering the art of stowing things into small places. That's the Navy all day.
Right?
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry, that joke went over everyone's head.
So anyway, here we go now. We played Carissa's commercial. Do we have an Atrocity Press commercial other than?
I already played it, dude.
No,
well,
just
the
the logo one.
Before you came back on. The
Why
last thing.
Listen, I saw the jibber jabber.
No, that's not what I played. Dude, look, I played this one. Go back and rewatch this, and you will see we played that twice within a 3-minute period.
You actually have to allow me to finish a sentence before you correct
me. You didn't play the jibber jabber one, dude.
Because what I was going to say was, Max, when are you going to allow me to do a trailer for Mary Machine Gun?
You changed that.
Anybody can.
Nice deflect.
Anybody can do one. I can't do it. So if anybody can make videos, come at, get at me.
All right. Hit me up. I'm happy to do it for you. What's going on, Stephen B? Good to see you, buddy.
What's up, brother?
What? I didn't know they were starting to make comics. I love the old movie and TV show. I have an SG1 badge.
So I found something that everybody needs to see. Look at this stuff.
Yep.
There it is. A 9.8. Ninja Mimbos versus Zombies.
From Deep Space. It's someone slabbed it.
Someone slabbed it.
That lets you know that we send our stuff out in good condition, and it gets to you in good condition because it got a 9.8.
Absolutely.
I'm doing that to mine, but it's just for me because I want to see it.
I'm gonna slab one of my own also. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll slab a number one of everything we got eventually, but we're trying to get the creator account so we can sign them and get the yellow label without having because if you don't, you end up with a green label, and that's just no good.
Well, I look, I fully intend to fake mine. I'm going to slab it myself and rate it at 10.0 with a gold seal of approval on it and signed by President Trump. You know, just anything I can do to make mine better than yours is what I'm saying, Max. So, Tanner, I was going to ask all of you guys. I know that Carissa has Worthy Chaos issue 2.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, and 3 is up now. Matt just released this end of the story arc for Machine Gun Mary. And Atrocity has other wonderful products like you just saw. What's going on at Apothic Press right now?
Oh, man. So we were currently working on a new magazine format called Liquid Magazine.
Right.
And the Liquid's going to be an anthology book, very similar to that of like 2000 AD, heavy metal, something of that flavor, creepy, eerie's. You know, if you've got a sci-fi, fantasy, horror, you know, noir story that you want to tell, you know, I'm giving artists and creators free reign to do it.
Nice. I like that.
And our first issue, we've got the elusive, no, not the elusive. I'm being silly, but we got the Bisley cover, and
nice.
I talked to him yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. My days are blending together. But he's about ready to start all the pencil roughs and everything, and then I'll have it a few weeks after that.
Nice,
so
nice.
I'm really, really excited.
Congrats, man. I can't wait to see this. So I was asked a question by a local friend of mine. I told him, I watch my show on Saturdays. Well, what's it about? And I went, oh, wait, that's right. There are people outside of the art, the comic book art. First of all, our target audience, if you're out there, you are either a creator, a publisher, an enthusiast, or just friends we've met along the way. But although my show does focus on comic book creators and publishers and fans, it is also just a chance to cut up about current events and have a laugh, enjoy some coffee and some conversation. And that's what we're all about here. So it's that point of the show that we open the phone lines up, so to speak, and we invite folks in. Pops, if you'd be good enough to drop that link, that would be awesome. And where in the world is Q? He's missing in action.
I know, we haven't seen Q today. What the hell?
Yeah.
Slacker.
Where are you?
Back in the Caribbean.
Slacker.
Yeah.
Yeah. He went on vacation again. You know.
Did he really?
How dare you?
Did you guys see Greta posing for her arrest?
That was all set up, yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. This is the clown world we live in right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't keep up with the news that much. It's usually someone's like, "Did you hear about?" And I'm like, "No, but I bet you're gonna tell me."
I get my news through memes.
I was just gonna say, all news through memes. Yeah.
It's funny.
We are a public service. We are here to provide you with everything you need to know. I mean, it's all about.
Next, another interesting story that's in the news.
Yes.
So in the news this week, let me see. Some politician somewhere said something stupid. A Chinese balloon flew over the United States, and Greta Thunberg was arrested.
Yeah.
Arrested.
Wasn't that somebody? I can't think of who it was. There was another person that was arrested, quote unquote, and she had her hands behind her back, and the cuffs weren't actually on.
AOC.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah,
I remember that. I was like, that's interesting.
Listen, let me just comment in the news thing here.
Hello, TJ.
TJ, how are you?
What's going on? The people that are the most radical part of the squad on the left, that's AOC, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, and those other insane people. I had the nerve to pretend to be surprised that they got removed from their committees in Congress. What did they think was going to happen?
Look, if you're banging a Chinese spy, you don't need to be on the Intel committee, and I don't care if you're a woman of color or a white man who acts stupid, you don't deserve to be on the committee.
Also, if you are calling for the illegitimacy of Israel, don't really think you need to be on the Foreign Affairs Committee.
Right.
Yeah. House Intelligence Committee.
Yeah. It's maybe time for a little thing we like to call reality to settle in on your head and go, maybe I need to shut my pie hole in the future because maybe I'm wrong. I mean, there's a thing called cognitive dissonance, and let me explain what that is. I hear, by the way, there are social media psychologists who call everyone narcissists when they're not. They call everyone this, that, and the other. Listen, I was a clinician. Cognitive dissonance is when you truly believe something to be so, and you were presented with proof that what you believe is wrong. That sensation you experience when you try to hang on to what you believe is called cognitive dissonance. Now, if you have somehow deluded yourself into believing that because, you say that you are a helicopter, that you are in fact a helicopter, but you can't rotate your blades or fly, that's cognitive dissonance, okay? That's why you hear the screaming and the railing from these weirdos, these wokies, or as Jocko Willink, the great Navy SEAL, calls them, softies. You hear from these soft people, these softies, wee! Accept my pronouns. Wee! My hair is purple. I must be a woman. Wee! No. There's a little thing called reality.
Oh my gosh.
And we live in it.
Doc, I posted on the private
I got to
chat
piggyback off that.
I have Twitter link that you gotta play that with AOC. It's fantastic.
I will be glad to do that. All right, go ahead, Tanner.
So the other day, no.
I saw that. I'm not playing that. I'm not giving that clown airtime, man.
No, you do it. It's not even her. It's
we'll
funny.
Probably get struck for it. I'm not playing it.
I know exactly what it is, and I will go into that.
She danced around like an idiot, and she fucking.
Go ahead, Tanner.
No.
Go ahead,
okay,
Tanner.
it was on like Yahoo News or something like that. Like this is where I get my quick news flashes, is when I turn on my computer, and I'm instantly bombarded with something that I don't want to see. However, there was a news clip, and it was just so crazy I had to click on it. And there was a girl who identifies as a polyamoric rainbow. She looked like a clown. She's all dressed up. I mean, it's very colorful, very rainbow-like.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
I don't speak that.
I was like, well, there's something you don't see every day. I just had to click on it, and I watched her go on her first date with her other polyamoric person. I'm probably not even saying that right. I don't know.
They don't even know.
So what is a rainbow date? I gotta know.
Now, let me point this out to you. They believe in their heart of hearts, and this is the truth now. These woke cards, they believe that they are in the right, that there's science to back up what they say, even though you can dispel it and disprove it, whatever, and they have their cognitive dissonance. But what they also believe is that they are somehow a majority, and therefore the tide of society and cultural development must swing their way. What they fail to take into account is that in spite of what they believe, people who are a little bit on the right and conservative thinkers, both socially and politically, are very tolerant. We just don't care about your rainbow hair and your pronouns and your foo-foo. All right, my term for them, the foo-foo people. We just don't care. All right, but here's the thing: when you start coming for our kids, now you have our attention, and you didn't want that attention. You didn't want it. When you start having family-friendly drag shows and bringing men dressed up as women who get sexual gratification from doing it, twerking in front of kindergartners and first graders without parents' consent, now you've poked the bear, and you might not be glad that you did.
It's true.
Just
my gosh! So I
that's
was
my
so
hot
excited.
take.
My daughter comes downstairs the other day, and she's got makeup on, and she looks beautiful. She did. She applies it well, and
he doesn't know.
11. Sorry, I had to think about it.
Kid?
I never said I was a good parent. Just
Oh, you can be a good parent. You're just not really attentive.
But she comes down with the makeup on.
She comes out with her makeup on, and me and my wife were like, "Oh, praise the Lord, thank Jesus."
She's a female.
She identifies as a woman.
She's a her.
How old's your kid? 9 deployments.
Yes.
This is true. I almost said something like that.
So here's my challenge to everybody in the chat and anybody watching this later. First of all, find me anything that exists that has not been labeled as racist, transphobic, or misogynist. I'll wait. I'll take
Yeah, I don't know, because I saw one yesterday that said the streetlights were racist. So
pavement is racist.
Yeah. The weather's racist.
Weather is racist.
MASH. I don't get the MASH one, but
Space is racist and misogynist too. Don't forget about that, because all the planets are named after men except for Venus.
Yes. But this is what happens. Listen, we all know that one parent in our social circle that is raising horrible brats. They're just horrible little brats because the parents have never smacked them upside the head and said, I need you to recalibrate your thinking about how you're behaving right now.
There aren't enough alpha parents anymore.
Exactly. Or I'm going to have to go based on your ass. Okay.
My grandpa used to get me with the reset switch all the time.
Yeah,
that thump to the forehead. That'll square you away quick. That'll square you away fast.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm telling you guys a true story. I was about 11 years old, and I thought that I was old enough to talk back to my dad. And it was something simple.
That was premature, wasn't it?
We're at the table having dinner, and he said something like, son, pass me the potatoes or something. And you'll know why I can't remember clearly here in a moment, because I said something to the effect of, they're right there by you. When I woke up 30 minutes later, twitching in the floor over by the fireplace where I had landed, the first thing I remember hearing him say was, "Nah, he'll be fine." Now, that is what is called a cognitive recalibration. Concussive cognitive recalibration, CCR. That's when you get the shit smacked out of you and you go, hey, maybe what I just did wasn't the best possible idea. Now, Sinbad did a routine about that, almost the same thing. His dad was away on a vacation, and his mother said, I need you to go cut the grass. And he said, I don't think I want to. And she said, you wouldn't say that if your daddy was here. And he looked back, well, he ain't here, is he? And he said, and my mother began to grow. And her hand went up to heaven, and a golden belt came down from heaven. And she said, oh, Lord Jesus Christ, help me not to kill this child. And he said, and I ran. And I was running down the street, and my mother said, whoosh, and the golden belt extended down the block and knocked my ass off my body. And I picked up my ass and tried to run. And my friend said, Sinbad, leave your ass, just run. And he never talked back to his mother again.
I did once. And my mom, who is literally like 5 foot nothing, I can't think of her height, but all I know is, because it's been the joke since we've been like knee high to a grasshopper, is my mom is literally, and she'll tell you, I am 1 inch away from being legally called a dwarf. So that was our joke all the time. Oh, guys, mom's a hobbit.
My mom was a Marine. My mom was a cop. Yeah, and she was about 5'2".
But my mom is apple pie, Betty Crocker, like sweet.
My mom is 83.
Person.
At 79, she went through chemo and beat cancer. She's still kicking. She ain't stopping anytime soon. She is the toughest old I ever met.
We had a telephone cord because back when they had phone cords.
Yeah, those were good too. They could get you from a long ways away with that thing.
It was the curly kind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It was probably like a mile long. That way my mom could walk around the whole house with it.
Right.
And she told me to do something, and I told her no. And I was around the corner, and I don't know how she did it, but she sniper rifled that shit around. You slung it around the corner, and you swatted me right in the fucking forehead with it. Like a big well, right across my head.
Yeah, I've told.
Hi, Brianna.
Listen, I've told
my mom though.
Bye, Brianna. I've told this story before,
Once.
but it was a true story. My grandmother was going to lay a switching on me. My grandmother was a switch woman. She no belt, no hand, switch. She was going to tattoo them legs, and we're talking kindergarten here,
Mm-hmm.
And he go get me a switch. No, I'd had it with the switchings, so I ran. But I'm a dumbass, retarded child because all children are dumbasses, and I decided I'm going to run away. I'm just going to run from her. But where am I going to go? I'm a toddler. I don't know. I run around the house, and I look over my shoulder to see how fast I'm flying, like I'm the Flash or something. And she's right behind me at 4 foot nothing. Excuse me. I've got pictures to prove it. and she's right behind me with the switch, and she goes, whoosh, grabs my hand, tears my legs up. Y'all, I was an adult before I realized she didn't chase me. She just waited at the corner of the house for me to come back around and grab me, tore that ass up. Because she's smart, you see.
Tried to run away, but I wasn't allowed to cross the street.
Now, a true story. This is I started to say this a few minutes ago. We all know the family that with the Brats, right? Good friend of mine. They were my neighbors for a while. We used to go over and have coffee on their porch in the mornings, every morning for about a year and a half. They were raising brats, horrible children, horrible, and the mother always laughed about it. The dad wanted to discipline them, but he was the stepdad. You know, he wasn't allowed to put a hand on them. And I did not agree with the way she was raising those kids. They were snarky, ill-tempered, entitled little brats. Here's the moral to the story. One of them is dead now. The other one's in jail. And the third one ran away at 16 and has never been seen since.
Jesus.
When I firmly believe, even though, listen, in my own field of psychology, you can go out there and you can find 1,000 studies that say corporal punishment doesn't work. There's one study that says people who are incarcerated who don't recidivate, who don't repeat crimes, are those that were raised with corporal punishment because they learn from their mistakes. So you can say whatever you want to, but about the time we stopped letting that ass get toe up, society started taking a nosedive.
Yep.
Come at me, bro.
When I was growing up, you could be down the street and you'd be like, you know, you'd be outside and you'd be like, I don't give a shit. And you'd just be talking to your buddy. And then out of nowhere comes some adult and just whoops your ass.
Exactly.
And you're like, I'm going to tell my dad. He's like, good, tell your dad.
Yeah.
I'll tell my dad, this guy beat my ass. And he's like, what'd you do? He's like, well, I said shit. He beat my ass. He's like, good. Now I'm going to beat your ass.
That's exactly how we were raised back in the day.
I got told, you know, and I am. I'm a child of the late 80s and early 90s and everything. You know, I got told by someone a lot younger than me that I looked through the time through rose-colored glasses. You know, and stuff like that. And I was like, no, we had a sense of community, and it wasn't the best community, but you know what?
It was there. It was there.
Still there.
About our people.
Now, Carissa,
everybody in my neighborhood knew each other and they all hated each other.
Hold on a second, fellas. Hold on.
Yes.
I'm reading some nonverbals here.
What? Talk about my past?
I was reading some nonverbals. Did you have a helicopter parent, a strict parent, or?
So
she's like,
I was a really good child. I didn't have a lot of issues, or I didn't get caught for any of the issues, but
that's a difference, Carissa, between I was a good kid or I didn't get caught.
Yeah, a little bit of both. But the only time there was twice I got in a lot of trouble. Once because I said jackass and I got smacked for it, and then 2 seconds later she's like, well, technically it's a donkey. That's not the worst. And I was like, what's the... but I once got grounded because a lamp in my room broke, and I hated the lamp, and I honestly don't remember breaking the lamp. It's possible, but I don't remember breaking the lamp. And I couldn't convince her, so I convinced my best friend to say she broke it. My mom saw right through, so I got beat down for that one. And then the only other thing I can remember is being chased with a wooden spoon, but I didn't get caught. So.
A rare escape, successful escape.
I don't know what I did, but it must have been pretty bad. Usually she just says, wait till your father comes home, and my father was pretty lazy and never did anything, so we still worried about it. So, but whatever that was, I got chased with the wooden spoon and fortunately got away. So I have never actually been hit with the wooden spoon. My mom's Italian, so anything's technically a weapon.
Oh absolutely.
Yes. My mom's Italian. She's Sicilian, which is a little bit worse. My dad's Italian. So it was a very loud household.
Never go up against a Sicilian when death is on the line.
It's on the line.
Yeah. You actually don't know if like people are angry in the house or really happy. So,
yeah.
There's really no way to tell.
Yeah.
But I was raised, up in the 80s. So I was what is it, a latchkey? I didn't know the term at the time.
Latchkey kid, yep.
Yeah. So we walked it felt like 5 miles, but I'm pretty sure it was a mile to school. We went through alleyways where it was like a quarter of a mile trapped between two fences in the dark. I mean, it's like, and I remember we rode our bike wherever we wanted, and we had certain rules, and I did listen because my brother was spying on me, but like I was allowed to go I kid you not, it's probably 10 miles away to I was in New York, so Nassau Coliseum kind of thing, and I'm allowed to stop right in front of the parking lot for McDonald's. I wasn't allowed in. It was too dangerous to park. I just traveled 10 miles.
McDonald's is too dangerous.
Yeah.
That clown is a psycho, I'm telling you.
I traveled 10 miles through highways and back roads, and I can't go into the parking lot of McDonald's. So my brother, who was 3 years older, would sit on the other side of the parking lot and eat French fries and nuggets while I just sat there like, what? It wasn't really fair. So I did listen to that. I guess I figured if my mom said I can't go into the parking lot with my luck, every time my mom told me not to do something and I did it, something bad would happen. Like she told me not to, which makes sense, not to tie my dog to my scooter, and I did, and I scraped up my entire. I didn't tell her. I told her I fell running because that made more sense to me. She told me the term is "don't come crying to me," so I didn't.
Yes.
I didn't come crying to her. I was sitting in the woods feeding, random animals that would come up to me, like Snow White, and she said, "Don't get bit. If you get bit, don't come crying to me." And then the squirrels and chipmunks started fighting. I got bit, and I kid you not, this is pretty depressing, actually. I kid you not, I researched rabies to find out how long it takes if I got rabies, like how long I would know I'm safe. For 2.5 months, I thought I might have rabies.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So the only other thing I remember, and my mom still to this day does not believe me, she told me to stay away from the abandoned house that has been abandoned for 20 years. How the hell am I going to stay away from an abandoned house with these old books from whatever? So I reached in to unlock the door through a broken window, and when I was like 7. I pulled my arm out and it cut all the way down.
Oh, geez.
So I went to my grandmother's house and I put she doesn't believe me to this day. I put all these Band-Aids across my arm, threw them all in the trash, and then went about my day. And I didn't tell her until, 20 years later.
I might be safe now to tell this story.
Maybe.
Just maybe. We got more memes, ladies and gentlemen. So let's take a look at what we got here. Now, first of all, before I even bring this one up, I'm going to conclude that segment by saying this. I identify with Eric Foreman because I was a cross between Eric Foreman and Hyde. But the older I get, the more I identify with Red. I'm just saying.
Yep.
So speaking of who, you may know him as Red Foreman, but I remember him as Crime Lord Clarence Boddicker. Darn right. Darn right. This is the part of his life he never told Eric about, you see. If you kill a killer, the number of killers in the world remains the same, Batman. That's why I kill lots of killers. Then there's definitely less. Also, they can't come back and beat my sidekick to death with a crowbar if I needed a sidekick, that is. The Punisher schooling Batman on how it's done.
Wow.
Because we saw this one earlier, but this may become
it's just so damn funny. So I mean,
this may become meme of the year. I'm just saying.
66.
Self-explanatory meme. I can live without eggs for a while. I'll wait for that price to come back.
I eat like 4 a day. This is like a hell for me.
Does that make them deviled eggs?
Oh, Tanner. I'm so disappointed right now. I don't
Do me
even
a favor. Shut the fuck up.
or they're evil because they're white eggs.
I don't think this
Max.
Hey, I don't think Doc's ever done that to Tanner before.
That's a first. when the puns are so bad. And then we've got this one. Tattoo sleeves used to mean you were a biker and would kill someone. Now it means you're a chef who makes a lovely pork belly with balsamic drizzle. Yeah. When the neckbeard soy boys come out with a more badass sleeve than you have, it causes confusion in the universe. Just saying. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time by the old clock in the wall for us to wrap this bad boy up. This has been another. Wait, what?
Wait, what? I was actually talking to her. That's why I was distracted. We're planning a crossover.
TJ says I was allowed to go anywhere so long as I wasn't on my own. Preferably a group of 5 to 6 was best.
That would be worse, though. Think of all the trouble you get in with.
I know, right?
Yeah, all your influencers hanging out with you.
I was just going to say I think that plan backfired on my parents because my friends we were a little bit on the unsavory side. We were the kids. The other parents warned their kids about.
Yeah,
yep, that's who we were. Don't hang out with those kids. They're bad.
Yep, I was the crowd.
We're all wearing rainbows and we're all jamming. See, look.
But it was.
My mom used to tell me. She used to say, "Just tell me what you did, and I won't tell your dad about it." And I told her
that's a lie.
I know, yeah, it's a definite lie. Because I told her once, got my ass beat. Told her the second time again, got my ass beat. Third time, I quit telling her stuff.
That's exactly. See, you went one more than I did. You went one more than I did. You won't be in trouble if you tell the truth. So I told the truth, and I still got in trouble. Well, I'm a quick learner, okay? Now, my mom one time, the most unjust whooping I got as a child. Literally, speaking of balloons, a hot air balloon crashed across the street from us. And my brother and I went to go help. And she was yelling, "You come back here!" And we ignored her. People are hurt. We're going to go. So we went and we took care of the people. They weren't hurt badly. It's a hot air balloon. It came down gently. And then we came back home and we felt good about ourselves. We had done the right thing. And then Mama started whooping us for disobeying her. And I remember that I eloquently began to make a speech during the whooping. You know, Mother, there comes a time when you got to be willing to pay the price for doing the right thing. And if that's the price I'm paying right now, I was pontificating like the Pope.
7 years ago.
Yes, while I was getting my ass torn up. My brother got his torn up, and he turned around and just looked at my mother, and he said, "I didn't deserve that. I learned nothing from it. I didn't enjoy it, and neither did you."
I had this issue when I was a kid. Me and a friend of mine decided that we were going to mud pie the mean old lady's house down on the corner.
Oh, no.
Right? So she had a beautiful white house, and she was a total bitch. Okay? So we decided one night we were just going to roll mud pies all over that dude. Blah, blah, blah. Okay? Well, the next day, the police come to the house. I was like 9 years old, guys. We were little kids, but she was really mean to us little kids, and we didn't like it, right? So this is where I learned the, well, your friend went ahead and just knocked you off, so you might as well admit it.
Yep.
Okay? I learned when I was 9 years old not to trust the police either.
Yeah, I'm going to lie to your ass.
Because my friend didn't say anything, but they talked me into narking myself off.
Right.
So I learned about that too. They taught me that way too early.
All right, so we're going to wrap the show up here.
I heard that shit after that. It was like, no, he didn't. My friend didn't say shit, just like I didn't say shit.
That's exactly right. We're going to wrap the show up here, Pops. In just a moment, I'm going to want you to play us on out of here. But before we go, I want to remind you guys, it's not always futile to fight the system. So here we go. You lose, I win.
Yay.
Piss off. All right, Pops, play us out of here.
In a world where creatures of myth and legend exist, a covert task force is charged with keeping humanity safe from supernatural threats. And when young Nancy Moon stumbles into the eternal battle between good and evil, she finds... Oh my god, will you shut up? What's happening? Agent Beckett here. Aren't you tired of stuff like that? Want something different? Roll the tape. Whoops. Sorry about that. That's a song I'm writing for my ex. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's more like it. Alrighty. Welcome to the world of the mythicals. We have it all. Monsters. Magic. Government agents. He's the strong silent type. This guy. Ugh, gross, dude. Get some kind of cream or something. Lots of 90s style action. Pew pew pew. And that strong female lead alluded to earlier. Not to mention a dashing field commander with a great sense of fashion. Look at those glasses. South River Studios presents The Mythicals, Issue 1. Buy it, if you dare. Ugh, will you can it already? How'd you get free? Now beat it before I lose my cool. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today. Like right now.
Sign up today on Indiegogo.
America's southern border has become a war zone. Human traffickers, drug smugglers, and terrorists flow across the Rio Grande with impunity, secure in the knowledge that no one will stop them. A distant federal government lectures Americans on their privilege while punishing overworked Border Patrol agents who were helpless to stem the tidal wave of invaders and determined migrants. Second-generation Cuban-American Marcos Zamora is a military vet, more patriotic than most Americans. No longer able to ignore the chaos at his doorstep, he acts. Joined by his best friend Gus, they hit the border every night, saving lives while stopping violent drug cartels and other opportunists. The government reacts with fury at Marco's attempts to preserve American sovereignty, deploying the full might of their enforcement agencies. But Marcos understands that the only thing the rich and powerful fear is bad publicity, and he records every encounter. Whoever he is, this private American must be stopped. Illustrated by Richard Bonk and written by Eisner winner Mike Baron, Private American is his version of Captain America, and maybe a little Punisher, taking part in this ongoing, violent, and very real battle of good versus evil in the war for American sovereignty. Grab your copy at theprivateamerican.com.
We have a secure border, and that is a priority for our administration.
Bringing you sex, sass, and style. Buckle up and unlock your imagination for a fun adventure with these death-dealing dames. They sail the galaxy in search of spoils. The most dangerous acquisition, and the most fruitful, are the legendary Splinters of Yggdrasil. The Splinters are magical artifacts forged from the Tree of Life that wreak havoc on the universe. The missions are perilous, but the bounty is glorious. Enjoy our hyper-fictional wonderland. How is a pirate ship sailing through space? 'Cause magic. How do they heal so quickly after battle? 'Cause magic. How are they able to communicate through jewelry? 'Cause magic. It's all about the characters. Abo, rough, robotic, ready. Mo, carefree, callous, courageous. Mistress Graven, daring, diplomatic, dominating. Betsy, academic, accountable, aristocratic. Nefara, ancient, assured, adrenaline junkie. Bruto, proud, prominent, protective. Fisty, independent, incendiary, invigorating. Roxy, superficial, scarred, secretive. Once you get to know this diverse crew of mythical miscreants, you'll be anxious to find out what trouble they'll get into on the next episode. Go to abogrizzly.com and order both halves of the first episode today.
How do you end this thing? How do you put the where's the brakes on this bus? I forgot.
Jazz hands. Jazz hands are done.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.